Alright, everyone. We're going to keep the fun and games moving along. And we're going to play Jeopardy on the Sega Genesis. Let's see how we do. Let's have a good game.
This is Jeopardy!
Here we go. We have barrel and tap. One daily double is hidden up somewhere in one of these categories.
Here are the categories.
Food, the Emmys, comparisons, Tennessee Williams, American Revolution, and finally, all that jazz. Oh boy. These categories seem like a challenge, but that's why it's called Jeopardy, because I like challenges. Let's have all that jazz 100. Instrument, Satchmo played. Who those, Louis Armstrong. What is the trumpet?
You are correct.
All that jazz for 200. As Duke Ellington wrote, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got this. What is that swing?
You are correct.
All that jazz, 300. Scott Joplin's brand of music, it brought jazz out of the fancy houses. What is ragtime?
You are correct.
All that jazz, 400. In 1924, Paul Whiteman introduced this first Gershwin concert jazz piece. What is Rhapsody in Blue?
You are correct.
All that jazz, 500. Mel and Ella excel at this, singing meaningless syllables instead of words. What is scatting?
You are correct.
Alright. Ran the category and I had $1,500. The American Revolution for 100. Washington's army faced smallpox as well as winter's cold at this Pennsylvania campsite. What is Valley Forge?
You are correct.
Let's take American Revolution for 200, please. George III's German mercenaries, some of whom came from Hesse. Who are the Hessians? Oh, pardon me one second, folks. We're losing a picture on the television.
You are correct.
Oh, it's fine on OBS, but not on the TV. And, oh, now we're losing picture on both. One sec. Come on now. Alright, now, hold it there. Don't move it. Alright, there we go. Oh, we lost it. Oh. Folks, I apologize. I guess it's this capture card that's, not working as well as it used to. Okay, give me just a sec here. Alright. Alright, it's kind of flashing a little bit. Okay, perfect. Leave it there. Leave it there, don't move it. American Revolution 300. He was a colonel and aide to Washington, then became the first Treasury Secretary. Who is Alexander Hamilton? Well, we're kind of losing picture on the TV, but you know what? That's okay. It's working fine on OBS, so we won't worry about it.
You are correct.
Alright. American Revolution for 400, please. King George called this ambassador to France the most dangerous man in the colonies. Who is Benjamin Franklin?
You are correct.
American Revolution for 500. Pamphleteer who coined the term Sunshine Patriot. Who is Thomas Paine?
You are correct.
There we go. $3,000 ran 2 categories. Let's say comparisons 100. African desert over 3 times larger than the neighboring Mediterranean Sea. What's the Sahara?
You are correct.
Comparisons 200. At 37, Peter Hodgson invented Silly Putty and Michelangelo finished the ceiling fresco here. What's the Sistine Chapel?
You are correct.
Comparisons 300. If a man could proportionally lift as much as this insect, he'd lift 8,100 pounds. What is an ant?
You are correct.
Comparisons for 4. Please. The smallest created had 4 clues. The largest, 25,614. What's a crossword puzzle?
You are correct.
500, please. Asian nation over 12 times larger than the UK. Its former ruler. What is India?
You are correct.
$4,500. Alright. I'd like the Emmys for 100. This best children's series of 1955 was a real dog. What is Lassie?
You are correct.
The Emmys for 200. Daily double. I'm gonna push it all. Calypso singer who was the first black to win an Emmy. Who is Harry Belafonte? I believe that's right.
You are correct.
Alright! Double my money to $9,200. 60s winner starring Rowan and Martin. What's laughing?
You are correct.
I would like the Emmys for 400. After 13 years on this Western, Doc won an Emmy. What is Gunsmoke?
You are correct.
And 500, please. The Emmys for 500, sorry. Current late night host whose daytime show won an Emmy after being canceled. He's not a late night host anymore. Who's David Letterman?
You are correct.
$10,400. Food for 100. Spicy, icy Spanish tomato soup. What is gazpacho?
You are correct.
Food for 200. Term for pasta that remains firm to the teeth's touch. What is al dente?
You are correct.
Food for 300. Dish made of meat and pastry named for Napoleon's nemesis. What is beef Wellington?
You are correct.
Food for 400. The pourvoir and steak au pourvoir. What is pepper?
You are correct.
I'll take food for 500. Main dish ordered most often in American restaurants. What is fried chicken? Alrighty.
You are correct.
That's 5 categories of completed. Tennessee Williams 100. It's the last category we have for the round. Season he paired with smoke and suddenly. What is summer?
You are correct.
200. The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone was one of only 2 he had published. What are screenplays?
Sorry.
No, that's wrong. Oh, well. Novels.
You are correct.
Play which featured a gentleman caller was originally called The Gentleman Caller. What's the Glass Menagerie?
You are correct.
400. His real first name. Oh, Thomas.
You are correct.
Now the last clue. He rewrote the 3rd act of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at the request of this stage and screen director. Oh, Elia Kazan.
You are correct.
So I have $12,100, Harold 900, Pat 200. So let's go ahead and get ready to start playing.
Double Jeopardy.
Two daily doubles up there somewhere, and we're going to deal with these categories.
Here are the categories.
Superheroes, awards, anatomy, rituals, 4-letter words, and finally, the Old Testament. All right. Let's start things off with anatomy for 200, please. The adult size of this J-shaped organ can hold about a quart of chop suey. What's the stomach?
You are correct.
Alright, anatomy 400. The eye's clear outer layer where a soft lens where it makes contact. What is the retina?
Sorry?
No. Nope.
Sorry?
The cornea.
You are correct.
Oh, okay. Oh well. You do it before blowing out the candles on your birthday cake. What is Make-A-Wish?
You are correct.
I'll take rituals for 400. Sometimes held in secret, it gets you into a fraternity or a cult. What is an initiation?
You are correct.
Alright, 600 please, same category. The Cha no Yu is performed by Japanese women. What's the tea ceremony?
You are correct.
800 rituals. Throughout the Pacific, this toe-singeing ritual is held when the Thai plant ripens. What is walking on fire?
You are correct.
And 1,000. Since 1903, members of this New York City club have gone swimming in the icy Atlantic. Who are the polar bears?
You are correct.
$14,900. I'll take a 90 for 600. Connected to the nasal area, these 4 sets of empty cavities make us all airheads. What are sinuses?
You are correct.
Anatomy for 800. The body's largest internal organ. What is the liver?
You are correct.
And anatomy for 1,000. Though lacking tails, we don't lack this, anatomically called a coccyx. What is a tailbone?
You are correct.
$17,300 at this point in the game. Awards for 200. Though his leading actors were a mouse and a duck, this producer won more Oscars than anyone. Who is Walt Disney?
You are correct.
Let's have awards for 400, please. The most decorated soldier of World War II, he later decorated the B movie screen. Who is Audie Murphy?
You are correct.
Could we have awards for 600? Gaylord Perry is the only pitcher to win this award in both major leagues. What is the Cy Young Award?
You are correct.
Awards for 800, please. Mystery Writers named their award for this early author of the Eerie. Was Edgar Allan Poe?
You are correct.
Over 19,000 in cash right now. Let's go awards for 1,000. Germany's highest military honor, or ring maneuver in gymnastics. What is the Iron Cross? And that's going to put me over $20,000. It's a lot of money.
You are correct.
There we go. $20,300. Four-letter words, 200. In literature, it described both a duckling and an American. What is ugly?
You are correct.
Four-letter words, 400. It frequently accompanies processions when paired with circumstance. What is pomp?
You are correct.
Four-letter word, 600. One can be dirty, elephant, or knock-knock. What's a joke?
You are correct.
I'll take four-letter words for 800, please. The measure of a hand, a life, or an airplane's wings. What's a span?
You are correct.
And we'll close it out. White Rose, the royal house that held the English throne from 1461 to 1485. What is York?
You are correct.
$23,300. I'll take the Old Testament for 200 or 400. Oops. In Hebrew, its name means Sea of Reeds. What's the Red Sea? I was trying to pick the $100 clue, but that's okay. Or the $200 clue, rather. We're in double Jeopardy.
You are correct.
We'll pick the $200 clue next. Delilah gave him a real trimming. Who is Samson?
You are correct.
Let's have the Old Testament for 600. Through sons Isaac and Ishmael, both Jews and Arabs trace descent from him. Who is Abraham?
You are correct.
I'll take the Old Testament for 800. The name Palestine comes from these biblical enemies of Israel, who are the Philistines, or Philistines, however you say it.
You are correct.
We could be looking at a huge payday here. A sorrowful Old Testament prophet, his name now refers to the predictors of doom. Who is Jeremiah?
You are correct.
So the two daily doubles are in the category of superheroes. Let's go find them. 200. Not there. He's been played by Reeves and Reeve, who is Superman. If I play my cards right, and if all goes well in Final Jeopardy, we could be looking at a payday of over $200,000.
You are correct.
That would be a record set in this game. But we'll find out in a minute. There's no need to fear knowing that Wally Cox gave this hero his voice. Who is Underdog.
You are correct.
600. Rodent who would cry, "Here I am to save the day," who is Mighty Mouse. And the last two clues are mine because they are the daily doubles. We could break the bank here. Let's find out.
You are correct.
Oh boy. Let's find out if we can break the bank. There's one of the two daily doubles. His archenemy, Dr. Sivana, nicknamed him the Big Cheese. Who is Captain Marvel.
You are correct.
Yeah! But, hang on. We got one more. I'm going to go for $55,000. Whoa. We could be looking at a payday of $110,000 on this clue. Originally Reed Richards, his wife Sue, the Human Torch, and Thing, who were the Fantastic Four.
You are correct.
$110,000. Harold 1300 and Pat is going home. And our final Jeopardy category is the 30s. Ooh, wow. We could break the bank here. We're going for it. $110,000. On March 3rd, 1931, this president made the Star-Spangled Banner our national anthem. Who is Herbert Hoover. And I'm going to lock that in.
No, the correct response.
$220,000. We broke the bank. $220,000. This is the first time we've ever made over $200,000 in one game on Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. History's just been made. And I'll see you all for that next segment right after this break. Over $200,000